And welcome to That British Homestead. My name's Nick and we're going to be doing, yes that's right, more harvesting, endless harvesting this time of year. So I'm going to be harvesting my tomatoes again, yay! And not only is it's going to get up to 31 today, so it's going to be very hot, so I want to come in, harvest in the shade, look at this, and then I'll probably pop off home and do some more exciting stuff down there. Like, I've got a load of tomatoes to process, so I'm gonna go and get these and then I'm gonna go home. Let's get started. Oh, also this time of year, guys, you see the shiny face, got loads of suntan lotion on because it's very hot. I actually forgot my harvesting basket, so I have this huge dry Marnie bag, so I'm thinking that will do. Let's see. It might even be better because, to be honest, I've been filling up one of them boxes quite regularly. Look at those. So let's see. It might be the worst mistake I've ever made, but only time will tell, guys. So these ones here, these are determinants. So once they're done and gone, they're gone forever. So as soon as they're already gone, I'm going to go ahead and cut that down. Same as this one. I'm going to wear the Primani bag and see if that works well. I like how I can put it behind me. I like that. And yes, I am wearing a full t-shirt today because I don't want to get my shoulders burnt. Because I'm here alone, I really struggle to put suntan lotion on my back, so better to cover it than get burnt. That's like one of the things that they don't tell you about gardening, isn't it? It's like sunburn is a real thing. Still no hose pipe ban, thank goodness. Oops. Look at that. And it's going to rain all of next week. Rain and thunderstorms. Awesome. I've never thought I'd say thank goodness for rain for a whole entire week. Like, I'm going to struggle to come down here when it's not raining. Hopefully. I don't mind coming down in the rain. Oh, dang. Which one's this? This is apparently a yellow pepper. They're huge. It is warm already. Kind of regret not coming down here at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if I like this whole bag behind me. I think it's convenient when it's there, but not convenient when you're holding it, if you get what I mean. It's gonna be so heavy when it leaves. So I was thinking about one of those like Roo aprons, but I think it's going to be so incredibly hot, like when you're wearing it, and you only harvest in the UK when it's really incredibly hot, like this sort of things where there's just loads of little bits. So I don't think I'm going to get one, but what do you guys got? Do you have one? What do you use? Are you using the old t-shirt method? It's probably my favourite method. Works quite well. Sun gold. Okay, so this one's called Tumbling Tom. It's not my favourite tomato. It's incredibly strong flavoured tomato. It kind of tastes like the tomatoes you get in a tin. Can't describe it any other way. So I don't think I'll be repeating growing this next year. But it has grown quite a small bush. You do get quite a lot of them. And if you like that really quite intense tomatoey flavour, I think that you'd quite like this one too. Oh, this plant's becoming so brittle. And it's a really good producer, but my God, it's covered in spiders, which makes it very unpleasant. This one's Alicane, I think you're pronouncing it. So I harvest them when they're starting to blush, stick them in the box, and they will ripen. I know that most people get really mad that I do that, but this is what works best for us, especially with the pests down here. Remember, everyone's been growing tomatoes down here for 70 years. So there tends to be quite a lot of pests. You don't have that grace period where you set up a garden and there's no pests. It's like straight away, so I've got hair everywhere. Straight away, all the pests know where you are because everyone's been here. And nobody doesn't grow tomatoes, come on. Everyone grows tomatoes because they're the best. My favourite crop anyway. Although, saying that, I was actually just looking at an allotment down the way and I was just like, how are you not growing any tomatoes or peppers? You know, they're growing like loads of stuff, but no tomatoes and peppers. I'm like, surely this place is quite well known for blight, tomato blight. So I think some people are just giving up on the tomatoes because last year there was so much blight that everyone lost their crops so early. I mean, I lost mine as well. I was able to trim it off for some of the part, but it was just too much for the little planties. Check out the top harvest. They're not quite ready, but aren't they beautiful? Aren't they so beautiful? These are the indigo rose cherries, or they might be indigo rose actually, because they're getting quite big. That heat is beating down and it's only like 9 o'clock. What time is it? Let's have a look. Yeah, coming up to 10. Beating down. So deadhead him. This is like one of the most important jobs you can do in August, is deadhead your beautiful flowers. As harsh as it seems. Jasmine gets a bit over enthusiastic and starts deadheading all of them, but it means you get loads and loads more blooms. So many tomatoes. You see how the green tomatoes, look at them, they're just everywhere. Everywhere's green tomatoes. Soon there's going to be so much food coming out of here. It's not even started, guys. It's just barely begun. So I want these plants to concentrate on making more and more flowers. And what I do is I take them off because I know this is nice for today, but tomorrow it will look rubbish. So means that it's on its way out, whereas there's loads not open. Do you see? And that's because we keep deadheading them. If you let them go to seed, then they're going to be like, oh, I've done my babies for this year, I don't have to worry now, I'm sorted for next year. I want it to be like, oh my god, I need tons of babies. So look, that means that the pollinator is going to be coming into Jasmine's little patch for ages. We do need to do more flowers there, don't we? It's not very colourful this time of year. I want my flowers to feel like they're never ever going to make enough seeds to have babies. I've harvested some seeds from each of these already, but I just want them to feel like that. Oh, aren't they pretty? So these two here are zinnias, but they haven't flowered. Like, this has flowered like 3 times. It does have some buds. It's a white one, but this one hasn't flowered yet, so it's a bit frustrating. Just sitting there with the potential to be beautiful and just refusing to be. It's so funny because in the garden at home, I'm always like, right, got to like make the most of the sun. Here I'm like, oh my god, I need shade, because it is so incredibly hot over here, because it is south facing, which is beautiful and wonderful and the perfect location for an allotment. But Christ, is it hot. But oh my golly gosh, it's hot. Do you see how many are on here? My goodness, there's so many tomatoes on here. Look, there's just absolutely hundreds of them. See, look, it's ripe. I wonder if I'll get more out of this area than that area, because this is a bit of an experimental area where I'm not trimming them. I have actually thought of it like, oh, should I come and trim them? Should I come and trim them? But I'm thinking, no, keep the experiment going. This one here, right, this one here with all the blooms, right, this is blonde head. This one's not. This one is I believe, let's have a look at the little tomatoes. I think this is a currant variety, which is an determinate variety, which means that it's going to go mad and you can't trim it. Oh, it does so much better not in a pot. I grew it in a pot last year and it got like 5 berries on it before it died. It really struggled. Not very many growing here though, I have to say. Hello Peachy. Oh, it feels so good. I'm just having a little it's too hot to be alive break. I've forgotten a hairband too, so I might have to find a piece of string to do my hair up. But yeah, I do think that perhaps, well, I say that, look, perhaps this is a little bit too wild. These are the currant variety. It's very hard to see if anything's ready to harvest, really. Get some chilies. This currant is just everywhere. I think that's the main issue, is the currant grow so crazy. And it did not do that when it was in the pot. There's another chilli there. Been using these chilies in some of the tomato canning that I've been doing. Oh, you can tell that they're chilies because they're so like a fragile plant compared to the peppers. But be really careful not to touch your face after you've harvested chilies. This pepper is one of the peppers that are planted on Jasmine's little plot. It's called Thor. It produces really cool long peppers that I think are really, really, really beautiful. Oh, you see, as the peppers get a little bit more brittle, you can't take the tree with you. Look at them, they're huge. It's much harder to fit peppers in your pocket. Not bad. Doesn't that look like there's one plant, the tomatoes popping out the bottom? Look at those. Woo! I've done such a good pepper year. Such a good pepper year. Oh, and this one's got a nose again. Hello. What did you do today, dear? Oh, I watched this random woman in the UK complain about the weather. Oh wow, look at them, they're doing really well. Something's loving the weather. Having that. I'm gonna make bolognese sauce later, so that'll be very helpful. Oh. Ta-da. To remember that these are actually mini peppers, so they're doing massively well. These are snack peppers, so they're coming home with me. I'm going to pop them in my pocket. Look at them. These chilies are really nice. They're not very hot chilies. I don't know how hot they are compared to any other chilies, but they're incredibly mild. Like, I would say these are more mild than jalapenos. I quite like them. I might try to ferment some of them if I get enough. They're looking quite good. I'll put them down there. Don't worry, I shall come back and get them. They're quite loaded. The weather, I think that peppers really like the heat, so it is a very good pepper year. I think my courgettes are struggling with the heat, and I think my squash is struggling with the heat. My tomatoes were struggling with the heat, but now it's cooled down to the 30s. They're all right. but the peppers are loving life. I think if they do get too hot, they do have blossom drop, but that's like non-UK issues, you know. That's not like something that I'm gonna have to be like, oh, I wonder if my peppers are gonna be okay. No, it's not me like, oh, I hope my peppers don't freeze. But considering, do you remember the beginning of the year and I was so depressed because I lost most of my, I actually cried, I lost most of my peppers in that late frost, and I was like, oh, I thought it was going to be a good year. Do you remember I kept saying, oh my god, it's going to be such a good year, I could just feel it. Oh my goodness, I was so right, it's such a good year. Still going well, still headed it, looks fantastic. I don't know why, because everyone says like, oh, plant marigolds, you'll get no pests. Plant marigolds, you'll get no pests at all. That thing is literally a pest heaven. Things love it. Look, he's all been eaten back. What eats marigolds, do you reckon? I don't know. Love these. I stuffed these the other day. They're really phenomenal. Phenomenal. That doesn't look like it's doing too well in the heat though. Oh, cheeky tomato. That's got to be king of the north, isn't it? It's a very small pepper. Oh, don't run away. Oh my god, that pepper is stuck in the pepper. In the pepper, look. Oh, I got it from above. Haha! It was like morphed round. Can you see? Didn't have any room there. Green pepper. Oh, cheeky tomato. Don't mind if I do. Snack peppers. They're very young and sweet peppers. You pick them small and you eat them as a snack. I'm not going to give you any guesses to say whose favourite pepper this is. Yes, it is Jasmine's. I think this one's called Gypsy. Can't remember. I know I had Gypsy seed, so most probably Gypsy. We've moved the little chicks into the bigger brooder outside. They look so tiny, look. So much bigger for them. They're like, what's going on, guys? You can hear the big ducky ducks as well, can't you? I think we're going to give them a week in here and then we're going to move them. Not next week because it's very rainy next week, but the week after down the allotment. It's going to be so much nicer for them because they've got so much more room to kick. They're in that kicky stage where they kick and it all goes everywhere. So we'll be hanging the food and water as of tomorrow. But let them get used to it now. Look at them, there's so much food and they're like, oh, I must fight you for it. So the last time I saw you was when I was harvesting at the allotment. Basically it got so hot I started feeling sick, so I was like, right, I'm just gonna grab and go. So I'm gonna show you what I harvest. These are the chilies that we were harvesting. I'm super excited about them. Look, some of them are a little bit grubby, but that doesn't matter, we'll wash them up. And what I'm going to do is make probably that into fermented chilies. Yes, all of these tomatoes here. Bailey's in the other room playing with his toy. Bailey! All of these tomatoes, you can see we've got some like cherry tomatoes, we've got larger tomatoes, and this is all what we've done in like, what, 2 hours. Well, of course I was watering as well. We've got some cucumbers I'm going to save for seeds. So we've got this one, we've got one over there, that the seed cucumbers. We've got little cucumbers like this, are fantastic for pickling. We've got a load of squash. This one is the custard squash, and we've got these ones which are sun gold, aren't they? Sunburst, sorry, which are super cute. I think we've got quite a few of those. We've got some of these little snack peppers that, you know, Jasmine just adores. And we've got some bell peppers. We've got all different sizes of bell peppers. We've got big, smaller ones. We've got little mini ones. And we've got like normal sized bell peppers. And we've got these ones, which are another variety of snack pepper. Lovely stuffed. They're really nice.